different one today. Kawasaki EZ650. This is my wife's bike. Get him out of the way. What we're going to be doing to this is fitting heated grips onto them bad boys. Standard grips that are on it, so I'm going to show you the way that I take them off and what we'll need to actually do to fit heated grips. This is a 22 plate. The grips that we're going to be using are the Oxford sports grips. I don't know how it's all in sort of fuckery language, but it is. Now I'm going to install them. So let's have a wee look. What will we need? On the bar ends, inside that wee hole. See if I can find a torch so you can actually see. Inside there I have a 5mm hex. These have never been off, so there might be a bit of a pain in the arse. We will need the seat off and the tail, well not the tail unit, but the rear seat hump. Need to take that off as well. And then I'll show you the method that I use to take the grips off. And then we'll start installing the new ones. So, right, so what I do, get the big beastie, big impact gun, 5mm on the end of it. Put the gun into the end, in reverse obviously. Tie a damp rag or microfiber around the bar end to hold it. Give it just a quick shock. That one came off pretty easy. There you go, one bar end off. You can see that it's got like a locating tab in the arse end of it. Very nice, very good. Other side, exact same. That one actually took one ugga dugga to get it off, so that was a wee bit tighter. Let you see what it looks like with them off. There we go. Right, so the next thing is get these grips off. The way I've found to get the grips off is using an air compressor. Some compressed air with the blowgun. Put that around the bike so it's not traipsing over the top of it. Basically get the blowgun itself and put it right on the actual grip itself, right up in between it. Change hands. So there's the grip. Take one blowgun, put it in the fibre. You can see there, I don't know if you can see on the camera, it actually swells up the grip. Let's try and get a better. There you go. So you can see it there, swells up the grip, and that allows us to push it off. Just try to get a decent bit to show you it. That's it. After it's moved, a tiny bit for the bar, put the blowgun in behind it here, and literally just blow the thing right off. So let's see, push that bar to the side. There we go. One grip removed. You can see there all the old glue on the bar end. Let's get the other one off. Same for the throttle side. Although the throttle side itself, I peel back just from the start because it's got a wee grip at the end, obviously for the throttle tube. Same again, air. Air up there till it's moving, then air up the other end. Hold that back until now. There you go, as you can see, right off. Sorry if it's a wee bit noisy, the wee compressor's just kicked in. Once again the tube, that one's not got a lot of glue in it, which is good. We'll get some thinners and we'll clean up the tubes, first of all, the handlebar tubes. So the tubes are all cleaned up as much as possible. Just use some paint thinners on them to clean them up. They all seem nice and good. So we'll look at what's in the kit. So got the wiring harness for your controller. Let's find somewhere to put that. The grips itself, labelled left and right. What I normally do is put the cable basically coming out, so it's in line with your switch coming out there. Just check how far this. Aye, should be alright. It'll not hit the tank or anything, so that's all good. Check the other side. Happy days. In the pack you're given just a normal glue, basically super glue, which I find absolute shite. As soon as you try and put the grips on, it starts setting up and it just doesn't give you enough time to play about. So what I normally do, you don't need a lot of it, but I use this Tiger Seal. Dangerous stuff if you get it wrong. Grips will probably not come off very easily. Not as easy as the OEM ones, but that's why I'm saying we just put a wee bit on. So I'll apply that and show you how much we actually put on the bike. So that's basically what I apply, just a tiny wee squiggle. Do a band all the way around, all the way underneath, and that'll just help us push them on. Let's try and get these bad boys on. I'll put you in the tank. Hopefully I'm not going to make a roaring cunt of this. And obviously any that squidges out, we can wipe off. What I've done is I've just spun it around a wee bit, just so it's away from the horn switch, just so you can press that without the cable fouling. Normally I would have set it like that, but the cable will foul. So I'm just going to spin it around a wee bit. Make sure, lock to lock, it's not going to foul anything. Still pull the clutch sleeve up, and the Oxford badge is sitting nice. So now onto the other side. Same again, wee bit of Tiger Seal. What the Tiger Seal does is it actually provides a wee bit sort of lubrication as well. Not like your glue, it stays wet for a wee second and then it hardens up. Whereas this stuff stays wet for a good 24 hours. 24 hours, stop talking shite. For a good hour or less. Whatever you do, don't get this on the bodywork of the bike. If you do, you'll have to use some paint thinners or something to take it off. I know that people cringe when they hear paint thinners on top of paint, but you can't do it. Right, so same with this one. Just use that as a wee bit of lubrication. You can just see it there. Just pushes up. Just winding it back and forward. Try and not bash these on. So, you know, a lot of people wear like bits of wood at the end of it and stuff. It's just a heating element that runs along it, so you don't really want to be bashing these. End up breaking the heating element. These will probably struggle to come back off, to be honest with you. We want to make sure that it's right over that groove at the back, but not too far that it causes a binding problem. You'll end up with bloody cruise control. So for me, that's quite nice where it is. Roll it around a wee bit, just so they're both sitting about the same. Check the throttle, check the brake, and roll it around just a wee bit more. Just to get the Oxford sitting in line. Because of my bell end that way, I like everything matching. That looks really nice. And you can just see, if I can zoom in there, it's just oozed out inside. Just at that end point. Nothing on the tube going in. And we are basically twisting the tube, it spreads all inside the tube, the grip itself. So everything's going to be good. So let's now get the tank off. Tank off? Just stop talking shite. Let's get the seat off and the tail unit, the seat hump, and we can start the wiring. So to take the seat hump off, same as your rear seat. Key underneath, key in, turn it, pull it up at the front. It's quite hard to do this at the same time. Going to place you there. So seat, pull it up at the front. Make sure you've not got any tiger seal in your hand. And then pull it forward towards the front of the bike. That hump comes off. Then you're left with this. This is my tail tidy that we made up. Very nice. Bit of aluminium, all welded together into a T. So the actual seat itself, it's just a case of pull it up at the bracket. It comes off. Wiring for the battery run, not terminated yet. Basically I took off this side panel, just take off the wee 5mm again, all the way up to here. If that's sitting on right. Take off that panel. Run the wire in just up behind the panel, up to there. See your nice ABS pump in there as well. Took off that panel, it's over your key. Hemsky right there. And that's where we're going to hide most of our wiring. So for now, I'm going to fit the controller. I'm probably just going to fit it on this one here, the upper one. So the controller's on, wiring's there. Now we're just going to start running the wiring across this end. Cable ties. Let's see. The original wiring for everything is actually here. So I'm going to run that through there. And cable tie it to the original wiring. I take it that must be for the brake light switch and stuff. Cable ties are about 30 feet long. I hope. Right, and just check that's not ever going to foul anything. That's good. Tighten it up. And snip it off. Voila. Now we can route this down with the original wiring. Very nice. And the controller is going to sit under there, the joints for all the wiring, so that'll be fine. I'll just put another cable tie on that once it's all in. show you. Cable tie in there, runs down the loom into the factory, so the wiring harness. We're going to bring it around and plug everything in here. Overview of the wiring. So we look. Right, so we've got that nice wee cable tie right there. I'm going to grab another light again. Got a cable tie right there. Still good strain relief in the throttle. See that? It doesn't twist the factory wiring. So that grip runs right around there. Cable tied it just halfway along, down and under. Same with this one, into the factory wiring harness. Cable tie there. Always try and add a small loop. You'll see a loop on both sides, and that's just for a wee bit of strain relief on the cables. And that's taped down there as well. That's the controller wire. Taped to the handlebar. Yeah, taped? Cable tied to the handlebar. Also put a wee cable tie at the top there, just to stop that pulling off. The wee sleeve can sometimes pull off. And that leaves you with the 3 wires that are going to come here. So you've got the 2 grip wires, which I'll tuck inside there. So the grip ones, and they are yellow and green. So they go into either or of the white and red controller wires, because they're both the exact same. And obviously your black and red goes with the connector from the battery. It can only actually go on one way, just so you get the polarity right as well. So I'll quickly connect that up, put the front cover back on over the key with the 4 bolts, and then we'll jump to the back and finish off the wiring. After that, bar ends on, and let the grips heat up for a wee while. Letting the grips heat up will also help dry the Tiger Sail as well, just for a wee bit of heat going through it to cure it. Installing the bar ends back on. Same for both sides. Some Loctite onto the thread. It was on with orange Loctite, or pink, sorry, which is quite excessive. So we'll put it on with blue, just so we can get them back off nice and easy. So, small bit of blue Loctite on the threads. Insert this. There is a wee, it's like a T if you look up there. So that T actually locks in. So I'm just going to keep on spinning that until I feel it. Once again, grab a rag, wrap it around there to stop it from spinning. Just get a final tighten up. Doesn't need a lock, so it's got the Loctite on there as well. Make sure the throttle still spins freely, and there's no binding, or else you'll end up with cruise control if you want it or not. And it's the exact same for the other one. Just give you a wee look at that. So that's that one on, and that one, and an overall look at the install. There we go. Seat back on, rear hump back on. Job done. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel.